Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome to the second episode of Mekanized the Next Level Devlog. So I added quite a bit, and this is my playtest. This is actually my second playtest. The first time I went through it, balancing issues were extremely out of control, so I kind of started from scratch, basically. Before we dive into the recipes, let me just give you an overbook, the initial chapter 1 quest line. So essentially you start out by having to craft a diamond furnace, and from there you get access to the metallurgic infuser. That's when you actually start to play the game. Before that, it's you just getting tinker's tools and mining a bit, and I feel that that's been done so many times that there's probably no reason for it to be a quest. This is just giving you a direction of where you want to go, since you probably won't have any idea. From there, the only access to power generation that you have from the very beginning, besides feeding this redstone, is the heat generator, and this is because while I have not switched the other generators to requiring the previous tier, the next in line one would be the wind generator, which requires the heat generator. So while speaking about the generators, I have changed their RF balance. So the heat generator, when you use it as a passive way, like this, normally only produces 6 RF per tick if you have 2 blocks of lava next to it. Now I've buffed that to 80. You can't see here, but just trust the process. Now, if you put 4 blocks of lava next to it, you'll get 160, but then you have no way of extracting the power. So for that reason, I just have it at 80. As well as that, the cables have been nerfed. So what I noticed in the regular mode of Mechanized is that you pretty much can just rock out with basic cables almost the entire time. So now, instead of like 3000 RF per tick transfer, it's only 320. As well as you can see, they require redstone ingots, which I can't remember exactly if I had that in the last video or not, but I'll go over it just in case. Let's look back at the quest book. To get to the enrichment chamber is how you're going to get more resources. Basically, you have to use the crusher first. And I feel like in regular mechanism, you pretty much never need the crusher except to make obsidian. So we use it to make this mixed metal blend, which also requires you to make bronze and the metallurgic infuser, as well as making steel. And I just picked lead. I picked lead over tin because we're already using tin in the bronze. So you basically use almost every ore in the game, except for uranium right now. Once you have access to the metallurgic infuser, you have access to the infused alloys, which I changed the recipe back because it was way too grindy before, even with Vein Miner. It was more so like a time constraint thing. You also have access to the energy and speed upgrades, although now with the power rebalancing, you probably won't be able to use them until you get to the wind generators. You could, however, just make a bunch of heat generators if that's what you wanted to do. We also added in this basic chipset, which is basically an intermediate step before getting the advanced control circuit. This is crafted with 6 mixed metal alloys, as well as 2 infused alloys and a basic control circuit. Once you have the advanced control circuit, I have not figured out all the machines that I want to be at this tier, because I do want to switch around the order a little bit, but the main one that I have is the enrichment chamber. Prior to this machine is actually very overpowered in the context of mechanism, because it's more than just ore doubling. It basically makes it so you only need to use 1 piece of redstone to get 8 out of it. So I wanted to gate that a little bit. As well, after this, the next chapter will be about ore tripling, and then ore quadrupling, and so on until you get to the 7x ore processing, which I will try my best to make viable. Other than that, oh yeah, the storage drawer network thing now requires just mixed metal alloys, and the steel casing recipe has been made a lot simpler. I completely removed the energy core. As well, in the storage network mod, you can only craft the master controller, the crafting terminal, the network cable, and the link cables. None of the other items are craftable. Other than that, that's pretty much it. So have a nice day. I'll see you next time.